Hi everybody and welcome back to the Retro Ghetto. What is my favourite day on the video game and toy calendar, the NEC Toy Fair, the biggest and best fair in the UK. There's recently been a bit of controversy. There was news that this was going to be the penultimate one, with the last one being just after Christmas. But I think recently there's been some more dates announced for next year. Either way, I can't wait to get there. With me having recently built the Retro Ghetto 3.0, I'm going to have to be more selective with what it is that I purchase, having recently had the realisation that I own too much stuff. But should there be any toys there that I fall in love with, I have to make room for them. Hopefully we'll find some video game bargains as well. I can't wait to see what's in there and take you guys along for the journey with me. Let's do this.
What you know about Retro Ghetto? Collecting and playing retro. Street Fighter on the Nintendo. I'm a veteran at this, not a pro. Lock into the Retro Ghetto. Come and have a look around in the ghetto. We got Sonic and Staples Settle. Lock into.
Here we are at the NEC. I'm now on foot. So it's just 8 o'clock, which is when you can get in with early bird entry. Early bird is £15. General admission's at 10:30, and that's £9. So for me, to save just £6, might as well get here early, beat the rush, got more chance of finding the good stuff. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's a windy October morning, but it's dry, so we'll take that. Yeah, so the queue's massive at 10:30 as well if you wait till general admission. You guys will probably see that a bit later on in this video, but well worth paying to get here early, in my opinion. Now's that time where you start to get a little bit excited. You never know what treasures you're going to find, but let's go and find out. Right, we're in. As you can see, already it's busy. You can see just how huge this event is. Let's see what treasure we can grab. You can see a lot of people are still setting up, but what's surprising is how many people are in already. Normally when you get here like first thing, it's a lot quieter than this, so that's obviously a good sign for the event. It means there's going to be a lot of people here, which might mean a lot of sellers, but equally everyone's come early to try and grab the good stuff, right? So yeah, interesting. Nice lady store behind me, and she came up to me and said, I've got no video games for you. I need to stop talking about it on videos, right? Word's getting out. There's probably more game collectors here now than there used to be. So yeah, definitely don't come to toy fairs for games, guys. You won't find anything. Nice to see Super Nintendo early doors. I don't actually own Mario Paint. So this is Holy Grail Toys, some awesome toys, also some games. Been kind enough to sell me 3 Mega Drive games for £15. I'll be showing you those when I get back to the Retro Ghetto. But yeah, make sure you guys are checking out Holy Grail Toys on Instagram. I'll be posting the links to all the channels that you see in the description below. Yeah, nice to see some retro games already. I was looking at the Mario Paint, 'cause that's actually a Super Nintendo game that I don't own, but I'm going to be honest, unless it was a bargain, big box games annoy me. Even Super Metroid, which is one of my favourite games, it's just hard to display having that bigger box. I just feel like they stick out. So yeah, I decided to leave that. But if anyone else is interested, the link will be in the description below. Best sellers that you can contact on Instagram, Toy Scavenger. All the information there. Fantastic seller.
Good.
All good, my friend.
I'll be a fan away in a
Yeah, nice.
only one in the world. Doink in a bag.
I love that playset. Being the Greek mythology guy, that's,
yeah,
that's me. That is. Okay, so there's a GameCube here that drew my eye.
Who's this geezer? Who's this geezer?
Here he is.
Hello, mate.
Mr. Toy Division, Mr. Dan Plastic, the legend himself.
How you going, man?
Best business card in the game.
I've got a gift for you.
Don't leave me hanging on camera.
I've got a gift for you.
Ah, what a guy.
This is one of the gifts you're going to be like, oh, cheers.
I'll take a gift. Guys, I've got to mention this, Battle Beasts. If you have any interest in Battle Beasts whatsoever, make sure you get in touch with Andy's Toys and Models. A fantastic guy, he made this from scratch. Everything Battle Beasts you could ever want. Full tick list, all the accessories. As I say, if you collect Battle Beasts, you need this in your life. Get at Andy's Toys and Models. Again, link will be in the description. A great guy, go support him. From one YouTube extraordinaire to another, I'm here with the Girl Strikes Back. Make sure you go check out her YouTube channel as well.
Thank you.
Tell them about your channel.
Oh, I don't know. I just
On the spot.
talk nonsense about toys all day, so
That's what we all do.
exactly.
Make sure you go
I
check
just
out the
make
Girl
these
Strike
as well.
Back.
I make these.
Yes. Very popular, aren't they, these?
Yeah. I love them.
It's not just these ones you make though, is it?
I make Ahsoka as well. I really want to do Orko
Yeah.
from Masters of the Universe.
So if anybody wants one, get at you on Instagram.
Well, yeah.
Join the queue.
Yeah.
They're very popular, guys. Yeah, Girl Strikes Back, go check it out. Out at the stall of Rise Toys and Stuff. Definitely not Rise Toys and Collectibles, he doesn't like that name. Great stall. Again, he's on Instagram. Again, the link will be in the description.
Come down at all.
Got a few games. Very well priced. He sold me a couple. Again, I'll be showing you when we get back. But yeah, great guy. He hates being on camera. Hates being on camera. back. Great piece that, mate. It's killing me to get rid of it. I've done really well there. I thought I finally found a Super Nintendo game in the wild that I needed boxed at Home Alone. As soon as I saw it, I thought, yeah, I'll be having that. I had it for £55 and I thought, 55 seems high. CX are selling it for 35, I think. Yes, it's got a manual. The box was battered. I said, oh mate, no, 30 actually. I said, mate, CX are selling this for 30, would you do any less? I said like 40 or 45, so. It's his prerogative, but yeah, sadly, no box Super Nintendo today. I've just come outside for 5 minutes fresh air. It took me an hour and 40 minutes to do one lap, which is testament to the amount of sellers that are here, also the amount of great people, the amount of people that watch the channel. I mean, if I had £1 for everybody that asked me how the Retro Ghetto 3.0 was getting on, I'd have at least £7. Great run through it. I've already got a bag full of video games, a couple of toys, a couple of bits as well, which obviously I'll show you when we get back to the Retro Ghetto. Yeah, normally I do a more detailed lap now, so I'm going to go around again, start digging through the crates, that kind of thing, get through all the boxes, go through all the loose figures, see what I can find. But yeah, great fair, great turnout. I say an hour and 40 just to get around one lap, so let's go for lap 2. Bumped into the one and only. Here he is, Slimehouse
in the
UK.
building. What we see in Retro Ghetto, Street Fighter on the Nintendo.
Retro Ghetto, collecting and playing retro. Street Fighter on the Nintendo.
Yeah, no, big ups on what you're doing, man, and all loving it. Nothing but love. We need to do a video together at some point.
100%. Collaborations come in. Link in the description below.
Peace.
Get on it.
I'm just ruining your video, so it's all right, mate.
You can never ruin it, my friend. Mr. Dan Plastic. He's got all this cool stuff here hidden under the table. All this rubbish. I said to him, move this. Get this front and centre. No. This is the chaos of general entry. So you can see why I'd rather pay extra £6. It's like a doubled up queue. Madness. I'm just trying to find my way out of it, so getting caught up in the queue. Yeah, great day. Spoke to so many great people, YouTubers and people that watch my channel, and yeah, just a fantastic day. Got some great stuff, some great prices. I'm now going to go and get picked up by the Mrs. Retro Ghetto, get back and show you guys exactly what I've got.
Retro Ghetto.
As you can see, I am back in the Retro Ghetto after what was an amazing morning hunting for video games and toys at the NEC Toy Fair. Hopefully from the footage you've seen thus far, you can see why it's my personal highlight of the collecting calendar. Fantastic morning, full of great things to look at and amazing people along the way too. I've got a big bag of things that I picked up from the fair, so I'm going to dive straight into it. But just to let you guys know, I've got so much footage of amazing stuff at this event that I'm going to be interspersing some more footage of the stalls and people that I met throughout the video. And of course, with it being a toy event, I've got to start by showing off toys. First one I want to show is this Bane figure. Epic Bane figure from the Arkham Asylum game. I'm not going to be able to do it justice by just holding it in front of you like this, so I'm going to be doing different camera shots to show you the details on this figure. Sadly, it is broken, but this was a gift. A massive shout out to the legend himself, Mr. Dan Plastic. Somebody once commented on one of my videos that my shoulders were too big for my head. And when the Toy Division guys got hold of that comment, they haven't let me forget it anytime soon. So I think Bane is like a plastic representation of having shoulders that are too big for your head. Mr. Dan Plastic himself showed this off on one of his live streams over at the Toy Division. Because during the heatwave we had in the summer, I think the joints loosened, it fell off his shelf and sadly it broke. So it's come apart at the shoulder, which, you know, a bit of super glue will sort that right out. So yeah, because of the shoulders being too big for this figure's head, he kindly gifted it to me. And it's much appreciated. I'll be finding a home for this. I've been a huge fan of the Bane character ever since the Dark Knight Rises franchise. Since then, I've sort of looked into the comic universe Bane, and of course the Arkham games that are both on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 at the time. So it's nice to have a physical representation of that. Mr. Dan Plastic, you are a legend. I'll be finding a home for this in the 3.0. Thanks again, sir. I do have a couple of other pieces I want to show before we get into the video game pickups, of which there's quite a lot. It's probably the most video games I've ever bought at a toy fair, with some great titles in here. But I wanted to show you guys this first, and that is the Street Fighter VHS. I want to say now, categorically, on camera, 2 cameras. Just because I buy a VHS and I arrange them neatly, in order, on a shelf, that does not make me a collector. Okay? I categorically do not collect VHS. I just seem to keep acquiring them and putting them next to each other on a shelf. I don't know what it is, but I do not collect VHS. But obviously with me being a big Street Fighter guy, as you start to see behind me, I've started to put some of my Street Fighter figures out in the 3.0. The room tour is coming, by the way. I've started getting the toys in here now, and that's one of the last steps to getting it completed. But yeah, I put all my Street Fighter figures underneath the SNES shelf, and I'm happy with it, so they're going to live there for now. But yeah, being such a big Street Fighter guy, had to pick this up. It's been a long time since I watched this film. Obviously it wasn't critically acclaimed, but yeah, it's just one of them films I can just put on in the background, reacquaint myself with it. Is it as bad as I remember? Let me know in the comments.
I know you like to look at yourself on television, you sick son of a. So look at this.
Okay, so my last non-video game pickup was for a little man who couldn't be with me today, and that is the Rugrats movie storybook. The artwork in this book is stunning, absolutely amazing. I love the Rugrats. I'll be honest with you, when I was a kid and I used to enjoy the Rugrats, once it got to the Rugrats movie, I fell off a little bit. I'm kind of pre-Dill, so before little Dill was born was my kind of era. Once the movie came out and they started singing and stuff, yeah, I wasn't ready for the singing. I'm more of a Rugrats, I think it's like a 1 to 4, seasons 1 to 4. That's my golden era of Rugrats, but listen, anything I can do to get a little man away from shows like Blippi, I'm all about it. So if I can get him to fall in love with Rugrats even more, and this is going to be good bedtime reading, then I'm all for it. Although having said that, have any of you guys got kids who watch Bluey? Going off topic a little bit, Bluey is a fantastic show. I love it. I find myself watching it when he's already fallen asleep, but Yeah, going back to Rugrats, love it. And it came with a couple of what I think were Burger King toys. It's not very often you can find any Rugrats toys, so yeah, I'm not sure if these work. I'll have to unpackage them and show you guys if they're working, because they're like wind-up ones, but always great to find any Rugrats merchandise, and these will be finding their way to Little Man.
Retro Ghetto.
And the first video game that I want to show is the Hitman HD collection on the PlayStation 3. The reason I want to show this game first is because I bundled this together with the Rugrats lot that you just saw. This ended up costing me £3, which is an absolute bargain. All of the HD collections that you can get for that genre of gaming, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 are going up and up in value, so make sure you pick them up if you see them. It's nice to have all of this on one disc. This includes Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, Hitman Contracts, and Hitman Blood Money. And for just £3, you can't go wrong with that. And next up, over at the stall of Holy Grail Toys, I was able to pick up 3 Mega Drive games. These titles are nothing special, but I love the 16-bit era so much that the Mega Drive is one of few consoles that I pretty much buy every game for that I don't already own. Doesn't matter if I'm interested in playing it or not, I just love to collect for that era of gaming. And the 3 games that I picked up are Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, Super Hang-On, which is a very fun game. I already own it as part of one of the Mega Games collections, but it's nice to have the singular copy as well. And a game I'd never heard of, 688 Attack Sub, which to me just looks like some sort of form of battleships. But yeah, these cost me 15 quid. I'll buy complete Mega Drive games for £5 all day long if I don't already own them. Always nice to find 16-bit goodness when you can. The next couple of games I picked up from a guy who I always seem to buy off at these toy fairs, a fantastic guy. He's actually the gentleman that gifted me some Super Nintendo manuals previously, one of which I used on a recent episode of CX Lottery that I put to the Tom and Jerry game to make that complete. So I did thank him for that today. And from him I picked up Ratchet & Clank, A Crank in Time. I love the Ratchet & Clank series, you can't go too far wrong with these. And Mario Power Tennis. He did me both games for £6, which is a fantastic deal. As always, I look forward to seeing you at the next one.
Retro Ghetto.
Right, and the last 3 games that I picked up were from Rise Toys and Stuff, an absolute gentleman within the toy community, a stalwart of the toy division group. He doesn't like being on camera too much, so I'm going to try and explain him to you as, if you can imagine sort of a handsome Welsh fisherman, you won't go too far wrong. First game that I picked up from him was Super Mario Bros. On the Wii, an absolute classic and a must-own if you collect the Nintendo Wii. Next up, a game that I hate. I hate this game with a passion. I played it recently on the remaster on the Nintendo Switch. I fell out of it very quickly. It's a game which divides opinion, and that is Super Mario Sunshine, a very much a Marmite game. I hate it. I could not get on with it at all. I can only assume it'll be even harder to play on the original version, but it's a mainline Mario game. If you collect video games, it's just a must-have in your collection. And lastly, a game that I've been wanting for some time on the GameCube. I always talk about wanting to beef up my GameCube collection, but the games are getting more and more expensive. I've been after this one for a little while. Again, a must-have in your GameCube collection, and that is Super Monkey Ball. Fantastic game. Really, I'm looking forward to putting some time into this one. Rye did me an amazing deal on these 3 games, largely because I think he drank too much the night before. He was hanging and he couldn't care less. He just wanted the stuff gone, but it's much appreciated, Rye. Thank you very much. And needless to say, everybody that you'll see in this video, or that I mentioned in the video, I'll try and post links to their Instagram or their YouTube pages below. Apologies if I do forget anybody, but you should find all of the links in the comment section below. And there you have it, another fantastic NEC Toy Fair has been and gone. A somewhat controversial toy fair this year, because they recently announced that they weren't doing any more next year. A lot of people within the community, including myself, were quite upset about that and had to make sure that we went to the penultimate event. They then announced just a couple of days ago that they were doing more events next year. The cynical part of me thinks this was maybe some sort of clever marketing strategy, but I don't really care. It's just fantastic to hear that they're going to be doing more events into the next year because it's such a great event. Not only did I get to see loads of amazing toys, pick up some fantastic games, but I got to meet so many great people. So many people that I watch on YouTube, so many people that watch my channel. All the people that stopped that I spoke to today that asked me how the 3.0 was going or told me they didn't have any video games for me, I appreciate it. Thank you very much to everybody that watches the channel. I just want to take this time to say that today's video was planned to be something different. I did mention in the last video that I've got something very, very special coming. I've now edited it, it's been filmed. It's probably going to be my favourite video that I've ever put out, so that will be live next Wednesday, so please make sure you keep it locked to the Retro Ghetto and don't miss that one. But as always, play your games, keep it retro. I'll see you all on the next one. Take care.
Retro Ghetto.